In the last video, I talked about how it felt like to be stuck, feeling lost, distracted, like I was just going through the motions. But what I didn't realize at the time was that life was about to slow down in a way I couldn't escape. I went through 4 knee surgeries, one after another, and I ended up being bedridden for almost 2 years. No distractions, no going out, no avoiding reality. It was just me and my thoughts. And at first, I didn't know how to handle that because for so long, I had built my life around escaping. If something felt uncomfortable, I distracted myself. If I didn't like how I felt, I avoided it. So when everything got stripped away and there was nothing left to hide behind, no noise, no movement, no escape, just me and everything I had run from, that's when it hit me. The silence felt heavy. Every thought got louder. Every doubt got stronger. Every insecurity I had been avoiding was right in front of me. And I felt isolated, trapped in my own mind. And when you're in that space, there's no one to distract you. There's no way to avoid it. You have to sit with it. And there are moments where I honestly didn't know if I wanted to keep going. Not because I didn't care about life, but because I didn't know how to change it. And when you feel stuck like that, it starts to feel permanent. Like no matter what you do, nothing is going to be different. And this is something most people don't talk about. When you can't distract yourself anymore, you're forced to face who you really are. And for me, that was uncomfortable because I didn't like what I saw. The habits, the mindset, the lack of direction. It all became very real. And I couldn't ignore it anymore because when you're constantly distracted, you can convince yourself you're okay. But when everything slows down, you see things clearly. And that clarity can be painful, but it's also necessary. But in that space, I had a realization that changed everything. If I didn't change something, nothing was going to change. Not slowly, not eventually, nothing. And more importantly, no one was coming to save me. No one was going to fix my habits, my mindset, my direction. That responsibility was mine. And that was the moment everything shifted. Not because my situation changed, but because I started seeing it differently. And this is what I've learned from that experience. You can't avoid yourself forever. At some point, life forces you to slow down and face what you've been running from. And most people try to escape that moment. They distract themselves. They stay busy. They avoid being alone with their thoughts. But that moment is where change actually begins. Because awareness doesn't happen in distraction. It happens in stillness. So here's something you can take from this. Instead of constantly distracting yourself, start creating space to actually sit with your thoughts. Even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's quiet, even if it feels unfamiliar. Start small, a few minutes a day, no phone, no music, no distraction, just you and your thoughts. Because that's where awareness starts. And if you never create that space, you'll keep repeating the same patterns without even realizing it. That period of my life was the lowest point I had ever experienced. But it was also the moment everything started to change. Because after that realization, I made a decision that completely changed the direction of my life. I stopped blaming everything around me, my environment, my circumstances, other people, all the things I used to point to justify where I was. I decided I was going to build a different version of myself. I focused on getting my body back. I stopped drinking. I started showing up for myself, even when I didn't feel like it. And most days, I didn't feel like it. I was proving something to myself. That I can follow through, that I can stay consistent, that I can actually change. And this is what most people miss. So here's something you can do today. Stop asking yourself, do I feel like doing this? Because most of the time, the answer is going to be no. Instead, start asking a different question. What does the version of me I want to become do right now? And then act from that place. Even if it's small, even if it's imperfect, because every time you do that, you're reinforcing a new identity. You're becoming someone who follows through, someone who shows up, someone who does what they say they're going to do. And that's how real change starts. That decision was the beginning of everything, because once I made that shift, I stopped waiting and I started building. I started rebuilding my life from the ground up. And what I learned during that process is what changed everything long term. That's what I'm going to break down in the next video.